Not want it to happen, but today a judge released the 911 tapes from the Sandy Hook Elementary School shooting. Those tapes show town dispatchers urging panicked callers to take cover. They also mobilized help and asked about the welfare of the children as gunshots rang out in the background. Jay Gray explains.
It is a day the survivors and families of victims from the Sandy Hook massacre have been dreading. The release of 911 calls from that day, a painful reminder of the horror and heartache they've endured for almost a full year now. A judge released the calls this afternoon, despite pleas from family members and community leaders who were concerned about the additional trauma that could come from hearing the recordings. Nicole Hockley's son died in the attack. She talked with NBC's Andrea Mitchell earlier this week.
We don't feel that the 911 calls should have been released. But that decision's been made now, and it will affect our community, certainly, and it will affect our families.
NBC News will comply with the wishes of many of the families who've asked that the 911 audio not be aired. What we can tell you after listening to the calls is 2 frantic teachers called pleading for help. A custodian stayed on the phone, first describing the shattered front window where the gunman shot his way in. Multiple gunshots could also be heard in the background during his call. The 911 operators remained focused and steady during the calls, at one point helping a teacher make sure her classroom door was locked and urging her to keep the children safe and calm.
And I'm much better dealing with the facts.
The father of one of the teachers that died in the rampage says he believes the calls should be heard.
I think the more the public knows, and there will be less confusion, there will be less people making up stories about what happened.
The truth is already painful enough for a community still struggling to heal. Jay Gray, 41 Action News.
The tapes were released under a court order after a legal challenge by the Associated Press. We will not air them either.